What's going on, everybody? It is your boy, Matt Stingray. Thanks for checking in to the Rock the Watch channel. Guys, today we are going to take a look at a pretty cool watch from a very cool Swiss brand that flies way under the radar. So this is the ETERNA Monterey. It's kind of a unique watch. ETERNA, if you're not aware, ETERNA, these could be picked up for a song on eBay, and it's pretty sad because it's great for the people that are buying them, but it's pretty sad because ETERNA is way underrated, and they deserve more respect because they make beautiful watches. However, I'm not sure this one is my speed. So let's get this bad boy over to the table and take a deeper dive into the ETERNA Monterey. And let's rock this watch. All right, folks. So here it is, the ETERNA Monterey. Just kind of take a look at that. That AR coating is crazy on this thing. It's a cool watch, man, but it's a unique watch. So let's get into specs and features of this bad boy. We have a case diameter of 40 millimeters. It is 13 millimeters thick. It has a 45 millimeter lug to lug, but that's kind of, I don't know. This is an integrated bracelet, so that's just right here to the ends where you have the drilled lugs. It has a lug width of 10 millimeters, again, because that is female end links, as you can see underneath there. 10 millimeters. It does have a domed sapphire crystal with a ridiculous amount of AR. Look at that purple blue. Very cool. Very cool. 200 meters of water resistance. It is made entirely of 316L stainless steel. It has a very small 3 o'clock signed screw down crown. That's one of the issues, trying to grab that little sucker. Bracelet is, again, this is integrated, so I know its bracelet is 22 millimeters, tapering down to 20 millimeters to the pretty standard butterfly clasp. It is signed ETERNA with their logo. Solid links, solid end links. As you can see, it's pretty much completely brushed except for the polished center links on this bad boy, which again, anytime you have that, becomes a scratch magnet. Let's look at the case back. It says ETERNA since 1856. Let's see here. 200 meters of water. Oh, ETERNA-matic, excuse me. 200 meters water resistant, Swiss made stainless steel, sapphire crystal, Monterey. So, if I didn't talk about it, and I didn't, for the life of me, doing research on this watch because it's no longer in production and there's not a lot of info out there about it. I didn't mention what it's powered by. I'm not too sure. Now, I took the case back off, and here's a couple of pictures of what it is. So if any of you movement junkies can tell me what this is, it looks a lot like the SW200 or the ETA 2824 that's in a couple of the watches I have. Take them off and compare, but I'm not sure. I'm not like a super movement guy, so I can't look at it and go, oh, that's that's an SW200, that's that, you know. So there's a few I can, like an NH35. Who doesn't know what an NH35 looks like? Boom, you can see that right away because they're in everything. But not too sure what powers this because I couldn't really find anything on it. Bezel. This is a dive watch, but the bezel is, man, is it stiff. Very good clicks, but there's no grip. These little scallop things offer absolutely no grip, so it's kind of a pain in the rear to turn it, but of course everything lines up perfectly. And this dial, you have the ETERNA logo. It says ETERNA 12, Monterey in red, 6, ETERNA-matic 200 meters, Swiss made deep at the 6. 3 o'clock date window, again signed screw down crown, which is very small. All right, a few things with this watch. Saw it online, I bought it on eBay. I was like, yeah, I was in my ETERNA kick. ETERNA's a great brand, by the way. ETERNA is a great brand. They make some fantastic watches. This one's not for me though. The stiff bezel, the small crown's real hard to get a hold of. The integrated bracelet, it looks cool, but it looks very small. It looks very small. I'm gonna show you something. Let's see if this comes across on the camera, okay? Just because the way the dial is. So here is my Tudor Black Bay, which is a 39. And this one, like I said, I don't know if it's coming across. This is a 39 millimeter. This is a 40 millimeter. I think it's just a barely over 40. This is a 40 millimeter. But I think it's because the dial is so small on these. I have a bunch of 40 millimeter watches I'm going to line up and show you exactly why they look so, different. And I think it's because this bezel on here is fairly thick and the dial is small. So while we have the Black Bay off, let's just see what this bad boy looks like on the wrist. So there it is, man. It's kind of got that 90s feel, or maybe that Seiko Cordura kind of look to it, where the bracelet is integrated into the whole thing. But I mean, it's a cool watch, man. It's just not for me. So let's get a lume shot and see what that looks like. All right, guys, so there it is. You have the lume pip at the 12. Indices are lumed around the edge, hands, hour, minute, and the little arrowhead at the end of the second, all lume. Pretty standard lume, really. Not too crazy, but it's okay. So let's flip this camera around and go get the final thoughts. All right, guys, so there it is, the ETERNA Monterey. Guys, are you familiar with ETERNA? Like I said, ETERNA might be a criminally underrated brand because they make fantastic watches. I just think the style on this one is not for me. When I saw it online, I don't know, I thought maybe it was a little bit bigger. Maybe if they made it bigger, or maybe if they just made the bezel, if they just made the dial like 1 millimeter bigger and the bezel, it would wear a lot better. It's just not pleasing to the eye for me. But it is a cool watch, very well made. It's, it's Swiss made, man, from a great brand that, again, is criminally underrated. So guys, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And as always, rock that watch.